Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Mila Baraika, and I'm looking today at Psalm 59, verses 16 and 17. This happens to be the doxology of this psalm. It's the psalm of David, in which all kinds of trials and troubles are coming on him, and he's stressed out, and he's really reached his limits in many ways. But at the end, he dedicates two verses to singing praise to God, and I think that's how we have to see it. Things can go really poorly in life, but at the end, we trust in His strength, and we will sing praises to God. There are three different verbs expressing the whole matter of singing. The first one is asir. Okay? Asir is I will sing. The aleph here is first person prefix form of to sing. I will sing. And we also have Aran, and we have Shmir. So we have there's three different. We'll get into them. I'm using a codex to do this study. I find them quite interesting how things are laid out, and often the accenting and so forth make it also an interesting study. So every time I look at one of these things, I learn something. And I like to share that thing on my videos here. So. Ajir, I will sing. Okay, things go wrong. What are you going to do? I'm going to sing. So, even in the New Testament, we'll get to that. The whole matter of the joy of singing when things go wrong. So, here we are in the Codex, 1,000 years old, and so yeah, a little bit cramped here and there. These three words are from verse 15, so it ends up here with the siluk sof pasuk, so that verse 15 ends right here, and so verse 16 begins here, and it begins with an independent pronoun here, va ani, and I, short form. Long form would be anochi, but this is the short form, va ani, and I. Azir, I'm singing, I will sing. Okay, first person prefix form of the verb, I will sing. This word also, of course, exists as a noun. Shir, Sharim. We see it as one of the books of the Bible. It even has this name, Shir, the Song of Songs, Shir Sharim, and Song of Solomon. So Shir Sharim, Shir. I will sing Uzecha, of your power. We see Uzi, Ayin Zayin, twice. Okay, here and here. Here's Uzi and Uzecha. Okay, Uzecha. This particular word is connected to the next one through a sinor. Okay, never used to pay attention to these things, but this time taking a look at it, and it runs in a very similar fashion to the rafes that are going through here. You got hasdecha, hayata. Okay, I'm just sort of stretching it off to get a feel of how the rafes work here. Okay, hasdecha, hayata. Mishgav, Elecha. Okay, so there's all the rafes. Basically, the Sinor has done something very similar here, sliding us on the waterfall straight on to the next step in the reading or in the singing here. So, Ozecha, the Sinor is the waterfall that sends us on our way, tumbling onto the next word here. So, as I said, there are three different verbs for singing. This is azir, I will sing, and aranen, and I will ring out, I will sing aloud, ranen. So there's a resh. All of the verbs have a resh in them. All the verbs for singing here. Ajir, I will sing. Aranen, and I will sing out aloud. And azamera, and I will zamera, and I will make psalms. Okay, this is the verbal form of mishmor. Mishmor is a psalm, and zemar is to make a psalm or sing a psalm, to do some psalming. Okay, so this is zamra, and I will sing out a psalm. So all of them start with aleph, first person prefix, the verbal form, and all of them are very much parallel as for singing. Okay, Ajir, Ajran, Laboker, to the morning, in the morning, for the morning, Lamed of direction of purpose here for the morning, in the morning. And there are a set of, this one here, there are two dots, take a look. One of them is a revia, and if we understand the revia, moving this accenting, and understanding what kind of accenting this word's supposed to take. It's supposed to take a milel, and so this first one is going to be a revia, and the second one here will be a holem then. Okay, babokar. I think we see numerous revias here. We see one here. We see one here. Manos, okay, manos, and then I think there's one here, B. This is also revias. So we have three revias. In printed texts that are printed today, they'll make the revia twice the size of the holem. But in our handwritten text, they're the same size, and you can only sort them really as to what's happening in the accenting. So so this is a revia, that's a revia, and that's a revia. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Babokar in the morning. Incidentally, when this is a milel, it's in the morning. If it's a milra, it's going to be cattle. Okay, so the bet kofresh when it's milel, morning when it's milra, going to be cattle. So okay, hasdeha, and your mercy, your loving kindness, ki, because hayata, you are. Okay, I was singing of your loving kindness. In other words, this is what the song consists of. I'm singing of your loving kindness. Ki, because hayata, you are, second person suffix form of the verb haya, because you are, also ends up here. Notice that every one of the rafes does not have a dagesh. So this one, mishkav, okay, that it's not going to be a strong B, it's going to be a V here, mishkav. So and I sing of the fortress, li, to me, because you are a fortress to me. Okay, mishkav, li. Mishkav comes again at the end here, mishkavi, because God is my fortress. Okay, mishkavi. Here you have the root with no suffix to pronoun, and here you have mishkavi, fortress to me. Okay, so my fortress. Mishkav li, to me. Menos, manos, umanos, begins with a surik. The surik is there because of the labial of the mem. Often, mostly, conjunctions involve carry either patah or they're all patahs here. Sometimes it's a shabbat, but here it's a surik because of the labial mem here. So manos, because nos is to run in a hurry, to run fast, to escape or to run towards or to find refuge or look for refuge. And so when you take nos as the verb to run to, and you make a noun out of it with the mem, then you have a place you run to. It makes it a refuge, okay? Place to run to, manos. Bayom, in the day. Sar, distress, trouble. Li, for me, in the day of my distress. When I have trouble, I know where to go. I head towards the Lord. And sometimes the reason for stress is the Lord wants us to run towards Him rather than away from Him. So, sarli, because in the day of my distress. Uzi, my strength. Now, we have to understand my strength on the basis of the first time it's used here is uzecha. So uzecha is your strength. That's the strength of Jehovah, or strength of God. And that strength, when it's imparted to me, uzi, when it becomes my strength, it's only my strength because it comes from the Lord. It's not strength I have in myself. It's the strength of the Lord in me. So this hiragyod here, rather than taking it as a possessive, it is translated here as possessive, but actually means a dative. Strength to me, okay? So the strength to me, elecha, towards you. Zamra, I am singing towards you. So elecha, towards you. Again, nice rafe here. Okay, alecha. So towards you, and azamera, and I will sing a psalm. I'm singing a psalm uh, of praise, of course. So azamera, spacer here again, and then ki. There's also a spacer up here and a spacer right here. Ki, because there's a matech at the end here. Elohim, God. Mizgavi, God of my fortress. Okay, so you have Mizgav, Li to me, and Mizgav B, and this is my fortress to me. God is my fortress. In other words, I can sing because I know God has the fortress for me to find refuge and to find place, and He is that fortress. Then we need trials, we need strength, we need refuge, we need a place to run to, run towards God. Okay, Elohim, Mizgavi, Elohai, the God of Hasdi, of my mercy. But this isn't the mercy that I have, but the mercy He has for me. Okay, so again, same thing as what happened here. Uzi and Hasdihi, this hirik yod and that hirik yod have to be understood with a dative sense. In other words, given to me, the strength given to me, the mercy given to me, okay, coming towards me. So God, His mercy coming towards me. God, His strength coming towards me. So that's understand the pronouns on the end here, very much in a sense of something that's coming towards me in a personal way. Beautiful psalm. As I said, it's a doxology. Three verbs, azir, and there are a few other stated verbs right here, but this one's azir, I'm singing. This one's I'm singing out aloud. Ahranen, and here azamera, and I am pumping out the psalms. Okay, psalms are an important part of me. I can remember in my life sometimes when I've had to face very stressful situations, I would sit down and copy out the psalms longhand. A very calming exercise to just sit down and copy out the psalms and have them speak to me at a time of stress. So azmera, ki, because Elohim, God, mishgev, gavi, of my fortress, my God of mercy towards me. I find it very interesting that in the New Testament, I was just thinking where we would see some of this, and one of the most beautiful spots we see it is in Acts 16:25, when Paul and Silas have been whipped and they've been falsely accused of certain things they did with there in Philippi, and so they're in prison, they're tied down with chains and so forth. They're in terms of human condition, they're in a bad spot. And what are they doing? At midnight, Paul and Silas were praying and they were singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Of course, we know, when you know the story, the Lord sends an earthquake and shakes the place apart, and then they have a chance to give their testimony to the guy running the prison, and he comes to the Lord. And so at a time when you would say, oh wow, we're right at the bottom, at that point they turn to God, and God most certainly rescues them. So when we find ourselves in trials and troubles, one of the best things we can do is to go into prayer and to go into singing. In other words, those hymns are actually prayers to the Lord for His strength and His mercy upon us. So learn from the Psalms, learn from the events of the New Testament, learn from the teachings of Jesus. When we find ourselves in trials and troubles, it's a time for us to turn to the Lord. So may God bless, and may you turn to the Lord when you find yourself in trials or troubles. Until the next time.